Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. This is Leo Brown, the fabulous Leo Brown. And of course, this is Tarot Card Tuesday. And today we're going to talk about the 4 and 5 of arrows or swords, depending on what deck or kind of cards you may use. So we're going to deal with the 4 of swords today, or 4 of arrows, I'm sorry. 4 of arrows today, and this is in the upright position. And this card is a card all about healing, all about introspection, all about a time to rest. So I would call this card like uh, a time to recoup, a time for rest and relaxation, a time to get away from it all. So if you're really in need of a vacation, this is the card that is for you. And it may not be a physical vacation. It may be more of a mental vacation. You may want to unplug, get away from it all, go camping, unplug from television, from news, from social media, things like that. That's what this card may signify for you. So let's put a real life situation into this. So let's think about let's take in account business. Let's take in account work. So let's just say you've been working. You've gotten all your promotions, you're making all your money, you're great, but you are mentally and physically exhausted. And it shows. And say you go to a reader, you come to me, or you go to another reader, and if you go to me, you go to psychicleo.com. That's psychicleo.com. And this card comes up in a reading. And let's just say this card comes up, and the card basically is telling you, like, look, maybe you need to get away from it all. You need to unplug. You need to let go of the mental hold that your work or your business has on you. So that's what this card may signify. Now, let's just say we're dealing with a love relationship question. We're dealing with someone who's coming to me or someone else, and they're like, or you're reading for yourself, because I want to include that too. You're reading for yourself, and this card comes up in your love relationship question, and you're wondering why. Well, it could mean that it's time for you to give each other some space. It could mean that it's time for you to give yourself a break from this person. Not necessarily a break up, but a break. And also that you might have gone through a really bad argument, a really bad conflict, and you both need time to step away from each other to heal your wounds and things like that. So that's what this could mean if this card is in the upright position. And once again, this is the 4 of arrows or swords, depending on what deck or decks you may use. Okay, so let's just say we get this card, but we get it in the reverse, like I have in my hand. So we get it in reverse. So it pretty much means that instead of you resting, or instead of you taking time to heal yourself, you're isolating yourself. You're being lonely. You have a feeling of loneliness around you. You're not letting go of things from the past. You're kind of allowing them to get in your head to get the best of you. This card deals a lot with depression. It deals a lot with anxiety. It deals a lot with, believe it or not, mental illness. So I'm not saying that if you get this card and it's in reverse that it means that you're mentally ill. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying that could be one of the many meanings. But it could also mean that you just need to stop isolating, or maybe you do need a period of isolation, or you've gone through a period of isolation and you've learned and grown a lot. You've learned a lot about yourself through the period of isolation, through this isolation period. So these are just some of the meanings that this card may have, whether it be upright or reverse. And once again, this was the 4. Now, bring it in so you guys can really see. The 4 of arrows or the 4 of swords, depending on which deck you may use. Okay, so now we're going to go into the 5 of arrows or the 5 of swords. Now, where in the 4 of arrows we dealt with, healing, we dealt with isolation, we dealt with feelings of loneliness, we dealt with rest. In this, we're dealing more with conflict. We're dealing more with mental battles. We're dealing more with caution. things like that. So let's just say you have a business question or a career question, or even let me take another spin. Let's do health. So say you have a health question and you get this card and it's in the upright position. You get the 5 of arrows and it's upright. Well, it simply means that, how can I say it? You're not worried about your health per se, but you're not 100% sure that you're going down the right direction. So say you've gone to your doctors, you've gone to specialists, and you're still unsure of what direction you should take. So this card can indicate that you're being cautious really where there really doesn't need to be, or you're creating a conflict where there doesn't really need to be one. And it's causing a lot of mental stress. Because we have to remember that the swords, the arrows, they deal with the mind. So they deal with communication, they deal with mental stress, they deal with quick thinking, they deal with sometimes you being irrational mentally, irrational thoughts, things like that. So in that case, it could mean that, even though your doctors and your specialists, they are trying to calm your fears, you're still not 100% sure yourself. Now, let's just say we have a love question. So say we have a love question, and in the love question, we're like, okay, well, why is this coming up? Why does this keep coming up? The 5 of arrows. Why am I getting this in my love reading? Well, it could mean that, you've met a wonderful person. This person is just everything. They're the cast me out, bees knees, honey. They make everything just wet and gushy, and you feel all mushy and shit. But even though you get all these great feelings, you're still unsure about them. You're still like, or you want to find something wrong, either with them or with the relationship or even with yourself. You may think, well, I don't have the money, or my credit isn't where I want it to be, or, physically I don't look right. I need to lose 10 pounds. You come up with every single excuse you can think of to not pursue this relationship or to not allow the relationship to move forward, to grow. So that's what this card can also signify as well, that you're creating conflict where there really isn't none, or you don't trust your own instinct because you really want to protect yourself. You really want to be cautious for no apparent reason, And normally when you're like that, when you're cautious like that, it's normally out of fear. So, okay. So let's reverse it. So let's say you get this card in the reverse position, and let's go into business. So you get the card in the reverse position, and you're wondering why, like, my business is doing okay, but why do I feel the way I feel? Why do I feel so beaten down? And why is this card in reverse for me? I don't understand that. So this card could mean, if you get it in reverse, it could mean that you feel defeated. And even though your business may be doing wonderful, you feel defeated because there were certain opportunities that you didn't jump on when they were presented to you. You were being very indecisive. So you just, even though things worked out, you still have a thing of like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I had done this, or I wish I had done that. So there's a sense of feeling defeated in that. That's what it can mean. It can mean you feel defeated because of indecisiveness, because of the fact that you didn't strike while the iron was hot enough with certain things. Now, in regards to a love or relationship question, it could mean that if you get this card in the reverse, it could mean that you don't trust your own emotions, you don't trust your own instincts enough, and you, how can I say it? Like you say that you're gonna let things progress and grow, and you're going to surrender to love, and you've read all the books, you've read all the Elizabeth Gilberts and Brene Browns and Iyanla Vanzant and Louise Hayes, but really in reality you really haven't surrendered. You really haven't done the work, as they would say. So this card could mean that there's still work for you to do, that your thought process still has not changed when it comes to love and relationships. So a sense of disingenuine or ungenuine surrender. Let's see. It also could mean, on a personal level, like say a friendship or a family level, that someone around you, they're being dishonest, or you're being dishonest to them, or you're being dishonest to yourself. Because oftentimes The one person we lie to the most is ourselves. And that could be about anything. That could be about where we are physically. That could be about spiritually. That could be about health. That could be anything. So this card also represents that as well when it's in reverse. So there you have it. The 4 and the 5 of arrows or swords, depending on, what you may call them, depending on your deck, because every deck is different. And like I said, these are just some of the basic meanings. These are not the meanings for, the whole entire card, because every meaning is different, and every person who reads or every person who is read for is different. Now, before I go, I want to talk about if you get these things, if you get both cards together. So let's just say you get the 4 and the 5 of arrows together. You get them together. So it could mean that right now you need to really start trusting yourself. You really need to start letting go of your baggage, letting go of your mental baggage. That it's time to put old thoughts and patterns and ideas to rest. But also you need to trust your own instinct. And, that also could mean that, you're making up petty arguments where really there isn't any. And you really need to learn how to stiff up, how to zip up that lip. So that's what it could mean if you get them both together in a reading. Okay. So that was the 4 and 5 of arrows. Once again, this is the fabulous Leo Brown with today's edition of Tarot Card Tuesday. If you have any questions, if you have comments, if you have things that you want to share, leave it in the comment section below. I do read them, believe it or not. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, because my channel is a wide variety of things. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me do this today. Once again, this is Tarot Card Tuesday, and I am the fabulous Leo Brown, and I will see you guys again next week on another edition of Tarot Card Tuesday. Love yourselves, be good to yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. Oh yeah, and don't forget, follow me on all my social media networks, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Don't forget to do that. But once again, like the video, share the video, leave your comments, leave your questions. I will answer them. I will reply to them. But once again, it's the fabulous Leo Brown. Okay, and this was Tarot Card Tuesday. I'll be back again next week. See you guys very soon. I thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Love you. Bye-bye.